This movie held a lot of promise, but ultimately let me down. Welcome back to part 22 of watching every movie referenced in My Heart is a Chainsaw. And today we'll be talking about Return to Horror High from 1987. And so here's the promise that I saw in this movie. It starts out as kind of like a meta commentary about filmmaking, I guess, and about like exploitation in the horror genre. There's a lot of kind of conversations around use of excessive gore, use of sexual violence, all while the sort of murder mystery is going down. It's also told in a multitude of perspectives, from the present to the past where the crime had happened, and then also to like the more distant past where an original crime had sort of happened. So you have these kind of competing narratives and they sort of jump in and out of one another. And so it's really neat, like the setup for the movie. You also have some really fantastic hair and wardrobe choices on some of the supporting cast members. And within the first 20 minutes of this movie, there is an exploding boob, um, a literal exploding boob. I'll let you explore that for yourself. There's some unnecessary kind of plot twists added to this where you just kind of get more and more confused. And by the end of the movie, none of it feels very satisfying or makes much sense. They also leave it on a cliffhanger that didn't make any sense to me. And I was really hoping that it would be a twist that was more related to some of the like foundational stuff in the movie where they're talking about um this sort of exploitation. I will say that this has maybe one of my new favorite 80s horror kills where the creepy science teacher is essentially dissected like a frog in his classroom. And so that was a fun portion of this movie to watch. Overall, I gave this one a 2.5 out of 5. It's not one that I would revisit most likely, but I will put that particular scene on maybe my top 10 favorite horror kills. If I'm doing an 80s specific one, that one was very goofy, very fun to watch. Let me know if you've seen Return to Horror High and what some of your thoughts are on it. And as always, like and follow for more horror content.